Amazing. Afternoon.
Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
I'm all right, thank you. On the stress of Instagram not working.
Oh,
It's been chaos
honestly,
now.
technology,
Oh, it's rubbish.
the
It's rubbish.
pros and the cons.
Rubbish. But we're getting there. But always
It's
could have
okay
done
though. You've made it work, look.
that somehow. But yeah, thank you for coming to join.
No, thanks for arranging an amazing day and happy birthday
Uh,
for
Thank,
the 9th.
thank
It
you.
is the 9th, you said, isn't it?
It is indeed
Yeah.
Sunday. So it was
And
ages
did
ago.
I say that you're like £14 off your target? That's brilliant.
14.
14.
Even better.
Yes.
Come on, someone. Come
Yes.
on, do
Come
it.
on, everybody. Come on.
You can be the
We can
one, see?
do
Push them over.
this.
You can be the one.
Yeah,
They're the
people
ones.
underestimate how important it is, so you're doing a brilliant thing. Thank you.
No, it's been quite fun, actually, in a weird way.
Yeah, but you get to meet lots of like-minded people who are passionate
Yeah,
about what they do, isn't it? So it's
yeah.
great.
People I'd never normally like talk to. So yeah,
Yeah,
amazing, amazing.
that's great. I love how organized your shelves are at the back. Look at that.
Sort of,
So
sort of. There's not much on there,
organized.
to be fair. Just don't look at the rest because the rest is like carnage.
That's great. I know, yeah, don't look at the rest. Just sort the one bit and that's fine.
It's carnage,
I
yeah.
chose a blank wall today.
But I chose I cleared everything off here because it was just a mess as well. Just hide everything what we can.
No one can see it now.
All good, so good. And I got sunburned yesterday, so I didn't do very well
Did
preparing for
you?
this. So,
I'm up in Scotland and there ain't no sun.
no, no, no,
It's very
typical.
sad. It's a
Yeah,
sad state of affairs. Nothing but rain. Everyone's getting
no,
suntans and I'm just getting wet.
typical. Typical. I think it's going to be warm by the weekend, though, isn't it? I think someone said so. You might get them up there.
I hope so. Keep everything crossed. Maybe
Hopefully.
because it's your birthday, we will.
Oh no, don't. It's too hot then.
Don't
There's,
don't wish
there's
don't wish it away from me, please.
yeah, I'll send it to you. You can have
Thanks, I'll have it.
it.
I'll take it. My Greek heritage will be thrilled.
There you go. It's my birthday present. It's back to
Yeah,
you. You can have this sometime.
you can have a son. You take it.
But amazing. I've got endless questions.
Have you? Endless?
They're probably getting worse by the way because I've been going since like 9:30 this morning. So
That's all right. Don't worry. I'm ready for you.
bring it on. Bring it on.
Are these all questions you've written?
They are. They are
Yeah,
indeed. I've got a whole
amazing.
sheet. I've got a
Look at
sheet full.
you.
Don't
Oh my
take
God,
it.
how long have you got? I don't even think I'm that interested, Mark.
Look, you are. You've been plenty of shows. You see, yours was one of the easy ones to write to there because you've done like such an array of shows. So
Oh, the bonkers ones. I get all like the great bonkers jobs.
that's the
That's why I
best.
love
That's the
it.
best way. It's the best way. But the first question I've asked everyone this so far, I'm going to ask you the same question. How
Come
did you
on.
get into acting?
Honestly, I think I was just a really annoying child. Um, my parents run hairdressers in a town called Port Talbot, in South Wales, and I used to tell stories with the customers, and they used to teach me songs, and they just said to my parents one day, because my parents have no experience of theatre. I
Yeah.
mean, my family are Greek Orthodox, so we used to go to church when I was a kid, and the priest would sing, and then culturally we would dance, but in terms of theatre, they didn't have any knowledge of that. So I think it was one of the customers said, you should take her to a drama class. Or so I went from like the age of about 3 or 4, I think. I was really, really young. And that was it. Just sold straight away. I think I went with like a family friend, and the next week the the friend said, "Oh no, it's not for me." And apparently my dad was just like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, please, yes." So it was just something that started really early on for me, I think. I can't ever remember not wanting to do it. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
amazing. What was the first role that you can remember playing?
And my first ever leading role was an oyster in The Little Mermaid,
Oh,
singing. Actually, it wasn't leading role at all.
no.
It was a very, very embraced ensemble role. We sang go to sleep" in little nightgowns. That's probably my earliest memory. Me on my own is my mum and dad entered me for a competition to sing Colours of the Wind, but dressed me up in the full Pocahontas gear.
Amazing.
I didn't win, but I did well.
Disgraceful. Should have won. Look at you now. Look at them now.
Thanks. You tell them.
Yeah,
Right
where
to
was that
them.
person that won? I'm still interested.
I did. I had the full costume and everything. I kind of wish it was on film somewhere. That would be entertaining.
Probably is somewhere. Someone's got it. Someone's prepared.
Somewhere. Someone's got it, yeah.
Yeah, but obviously the most recent role for you was the boy in the dress.
Yeah.
So very brilliant.
Oh,
I
you
spoke to,
enjoyed that one?
I did. I saw it like
Yeah.
5 times,
Saw
I
it so many
believe.
times. I
Too many,
know.
too many,
It was
too many.
great. You
I'm
became
glad,
part of us.
I'm glad I did it in the end. I was like,
You were
oh,
there more than we were.
yeah, yeah. Because I started speaking to Ben. Ben was the first one this morning.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, I love that boy. He's
amazing,
so unbelievably talented, that man.
wild. Yeah, and I think one of the
Yeah.
like, best bits in the show was the interaction between you as the referee when he nicks the football.
When
Genius,
he next to football.
genius.
Yeah. We had so much fun. And also like he keeps it fresh as well. Because even though it's, with a puppet, a lot of it is very much rehearsed. It's even any kind of puppetry.
Yeah,
But he always used to sort of Oddbod was a little character in himself, and he used to try new things which always used to like catch me off guard, which I,
yeah,
I used to love. I think that was one of the things about that show that I'd never experienced before, was that my character was always she was never kind of actively kind of moving the story forward, but was always responsible for
yeah,
like reacting, and kind of it was kind of like passive, really. It was I've never had to kind of I had to kind of take a back step and just kind of
yeah,
trust it and see what people kind of gave this character, because so much we used to rile this character up, but if that wasn't there, then the function of the character was kind of non-existent.
yeah, yeah,
So it was really interesting, and having those actors and those creative people, and especially like Ben, I never believed that wasn't a real dog, which is
yeah,
mental, isn't it? Because you see it work, but he makes things come alive.
yeah,
So it was a gift. It's a gift to work opposite, especially when you're like a sort of character who's kind of always reacting. It's a
yeah,
gift when you get people who test you.
yeah. Keep you on your
So it's really
toes.
good. Yeah, definitely.
And how was it like working with like the creative team? Because that's like a bonkers amount of like talent there in itself, kind of thing.
Yeah, just we had such a great time, and um Greg is so passionate and and brilliant, and his assistant director Sarah was our saving grace, really. She was brilliant, and then Laura, who is on puppetry, she's just so creative, and the whole music department. We just When you're creating something new, you really do need strengths in every department, and
Yeah,
it it really doesn't go unnoticed when that kind of all fits into place. And also they were just kind people, and supportive, um and everybody wanted that story to be told well,
yeah,
which is all you can ask for. And weirdly, you'd think that on every job that everyone is like that everyone wants to tell the story really, really well, but some people find it hard to put the story first. So when you get a cast that is really like, no, it is about the story. It's not
yeah,
about singular actors standing out. It is not about, it is about telling the story to that audience. And that's what was so lovely about it. And also just the young talent who just, made us all look useless every day because they were so great.
no. But
I
yeah,
know.
it's one of them shows such a strong message as well, especially that family
Yeah, it's
message.
so important, isn't it? I was thinking about it this morning. Oh, pardon me, sorry. Choked on my own saliva then. Sorry, Instagram.
No, no, cheers. Very good.
um, I was thinking about this morning and just the importance of it, and you know, especially everything that we're going through as well. This whole kind of thing in society where men cannot emote or show their feelings, or um, it's just, why does that exist? And why can't you just be who you are and people accept you? Why does there have to be sort of rules in society? And I think it's just such an important show for that.
Yeah, I guess
Plus, there's some bangers on there. There's some bangers, some really good tunes.
there, like the Lisa James song has never like left my head in the
It
whole.
doesn't leave me head. Oh, don't sing it now because I won't get it out of mine otherwise.
No, no, it's one of them like you can still hear it. It's been what
hmm
6
Don't do
months or so.
it. Don't do it.
No, I'm not
Is
doing
there
it.
anything
No,
more
you've done it now.
beautiful than Lisa James?
No, that's it.
That's a little tester for you all out there.
That's gonna be in my head all day now. So
Oh no,
thanks.
sorry.
Oh no, it's all
You
good.
you brought it up. I blame
It's all
you.
good. It's all good. Disco Symphony obviously is like the big, like the high moment,
Yeah,
I guess. Oh,
yeah.
genius.
The big fantasy number.
Oh, Kelly's
I'm just reading the
yeah, I was reading that.
comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kelly is.
Oh yeah, Girl Who's Gonna Be. That is such a bop. Yeah, you're right. It's a great tune.
Yeah,
Great tune.
it's one of them shows there's not a bad song in it, I don't think.
No, they've done really, really well. House Without a Mum I used to watch that in the wing every night. Every night. I love watching people do what they do. I love being in the wings and kind of watching it. But yeah.
It's quite nice. It's a nice mix of like styles as well. Something like Disco Symphony is quite loud, and like Beach Holiday Sunday was quite quiet and.
Yeah, but I remember Beach Holiday Sunday. For us, it was always like, we were kind of, in the background, just having a bit of a laugh, really, because that's what you do on a beach, isn't it? So it's not, everyone's just kind of doing their thing. And I remember talking to one of the lads who ended up going out to watch one of the rehearsals of it. He was injured, I think, and so the cover stepped in for a rehearsal. And he was just like, it's so beautiful from out front. Like, it's just, whereas it doesn't feel like it for us because we were just kind of like, it's very rare because you're doing your track. You can never objectively look at something, isn't it? You can never like step out and go, is this any good? You just have to trust that if it isn't, people will change it, So yeah, it is. You're right. So many different styles in that show.
And
vocally.
Was it a chip up the nose? Was that your idea? Was that?
It was actually.
Yes.
Why did I do that to myself? I even said to Ben, I was like, Ben, how do I magically get a chip up my nose? And he was like, what? And I was like, come on, you're the puppetry guy. Yeah. Teach me how to do it. So we sometimes it used to fall out though, which was always a bit of a killer. But the chip up the nose, not one of my finest moments. But it went down well.
That better be like on the cover for the cast album when it comes out. Should just be that.
Yeah. We used to call it Gull Attack. So that's So for anyone who hasn't seen the show, scene at the beach, I get attacked by a seagull, the chip goes up my nose. That was a gag.
It was genius.
That was a gag, genius.
And obviously, one of your biggest roles, 6. And obviously, the impact that's had, even like the amount of like streams you've had is just bonkers when you think about it.
No, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. My boyfriend John likes to sort of go, it's like 23 million now. And I'm like, what? And then it's 26 million. I'm like, oh my God, Don, it was freaking me out a little bit. It is absolutely mad because it's people are listening to it worldwide. And, us 6 little powerhouses in a studio in North London didn't ever think that's kind of what was going to become. Well, we knew it would be special and we knew it ever show and a brilliant show and it does so many important things, but we didn't quite imagine this, so it's pretty special.
Amazing. I never saw you in it, but amazing.
No, not many people did. It's probably for the best.
Hannah's probably here and she told me to mention or ask a question about Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh yeah. Hi Hannah. I've not seen her for ages. She usually follows me around and I haven't seen her. It'll be that's when I'll know that the industry's back the next time I see Hannah. I'll be like, there she is.
She was here, but I don't know if she is.
She's gone now.
Hiding away.
Yeah, she's given up.
Because I've not texted her back yet, which is terrible. I'm doing this. So. Sorry, Hannah, I'll text you back later.
No.
Yeah, she was saying that was one of your favourite productions to work on.
There she is. She's there. There you go. She says hello. I loved Little Shop. It was so. It's a show that I've loved since I was like 13. That theatre I didn't know existed until I moved to London. Until I went to train. I remember the first thing I saw there was Into the Woods, and I was just like, I have to work here at some point. Like something has to, And so when I heard that show was happening in that theatre, I think I even called my agent and was like, please, you have to get me in for this, because it was just, I already loved those two elements separately. So when they came together, it was really special. And I got to work with Renee again, which is really exciting. And Mark Antolin, who played Seymour, we're from the same hometown. He literally lives like 2 roundabouts away from me. So we grew up together, same schools, same drama schools, and we actually finally
Amazing.
got to work together, which was really, really lovely.
Amazing. It's a small world, isn't it? When it comes back
Yeah,
together.
yeah. And Forbes, obviously, the first
Of
time I worked
course.
with Forbes, who then
Of
was
course.
on Boy in the Dress. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Amazing.
and Billy Cullum, like there's a couple of people on that I'd worked with before, and people in the cast who I was like, I've always wanted to work with you. So it was like really,
Yeah,
really
no,
great to be part of that.
amazing. And what's like the kind of the biggest challenge? I guess already not having a roof is a fairly big challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you don't ever think about the weather, do you? But
No.
the weather was never really like a challenge. The weather was I found it really exciting because it changed the scene. Like the weather was like a character in itself. It was
Yeah.
like it, you had to react to it and use it, and it was kind of really it was really fun. You didn't know what to expect. I didn't mind sitting in puddles. Like it's a
No.
B movie. There's Billy right away. It's a B movie film. Like it's like
Yeah.
you add the rain, it kind of makes it more like horror. I totally would have. The only thing about the open air theatre, I wish I could. Actually, I wouldn't even take it away. But the only thing that was a bit more awkward was matinees because you don't have the lights, and
Yeah.
so it would be like you could see people running from like
Yeah.
one side of the stage to the other, and the effects wouldn't ever be as. But there was something always really endearing about that and quite fun about it. And also, you could see people's like resting bitch face like on in the audience. Do you know what I mean? You'd just be like, "Oh, they're
Yeah.
really not enjoying this," or
Oh,
yeah.
no. Makes it
I
harder, I
think they
suppose.
might not come back for acting. No, but yeah, but the weather was great. I didn't mind the weather at all. I think there was the challenge of wasps though. That was always a challenge.
Yeah.
Um, I think the biggest challenge was just those three girls just do not leave the stage, and it's just
Yeah.
the close three-part harmony, add in the kind of new take on the choreography, which is more whacking and voguing. Which I would never say I'm a dancer. I sort of like I will embrace a style if I need to do it, but I would never call myself a dancer. So it wasn't a challenge because I really enjoyed the choreography and it actually came more naturally to me than I thought. Um, but I think the whole concept of those three girls, um, yeah, was challenging, because you have to think you're three separate people who have to think as one, sing
Yeah.
as one, move as one, and that's the kind of challenge of it, really.
Yeah.
Yes, as Leah just said, didn't closing night get rained off? It did, yeah. Oh, we got to the end though. We did get to the end. There was people that like stuck around with us, but it did the last night. I think we had an extension on the contracts. We stayed on to like mid-September,
Yeah.
which in
Yeah.
Britain is just not a good idea.
No. No. Obviously, another
I know.
show you were in was Rent. This is another one. Amazing.
Yeah.
That whole tour. One of them shows again that's cast so brilliantly.
Yeah, we were really lucky with that cast. They were all so blooming good.
And it's one of them, another show like Boy in the Dress, that kind of, it's got that feel
Do
about
you know
it
what?
and everyone loves it.
Yeah, I've been really lucky actually. That's the one thing I think I've had sort of mostly in kind of my career so far is just the joy of working with just
Yeah.
mostly really genuine, lovely people. Um, and Rent is just again another show that's so full of heart. And I listened to that show when I first passed my driving test, and I was driving to college at like not 16, 17,
Yeah.
every day. I wasn't breaking the law, I promise. I did pass at 17. Um, I would have that I'd have that album on all the time. So that show for me was again another one on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Before that show I said I didn't really want to take kind of covers anymore. Not because I love covering, but I think I've got to the point now where I like my own track. I like to I used to love the surprise of who am I on for tonight? Like what am I doing? But now I kind of, as I'm getting older, I like to be able to kind of go to work, know what I'm doing, and not have
Yeah.
any kind of surprises in terms of going on for like a whole role. But then when that show came up, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. I would do it sweeping the stage.
Yeah.
So it was great fun.
Amazing.
Can
Obviously,
you
you've
hear
got.
my dog? I'm so sorry. He's having a little like on the
No, that's not. I can't.
next to me here. Sorry, that was a
I
great
can't. I can't.
impression.
But I don't know if
I
anyone
should
else.
be on board.
There you go. There you go.
Sorry,
Better.
Ben. You're not transferring.
Yeah, there you go. Take it. But obviously, you've got kind of like 2 more projects you've kind of got during this time. Where obviously, you've got the Agony Actor. I don't know if you want to talk about
Yeah,
that for people who don't know, because you'll explain it better than I
yeah.
will, probably. So,
Yeah, I think it's something I've wanted to set up for a long time, and it's been in the making for a long time, and it's been on my mind for a long time. I've done, I've got experience within the industry. I've done ensemble, tours, town, covers, swing. I've done like so many different TV, web series, like
yeah.
photo shoots. Like I've done a mixture of so many different things. Um, but I've also been out of work as an actor, and I know what it's like. Um, I'm in my kind of time in between. I spent a lot of time trying to get jobs within the industry. So I used to work at casting spaces, agencies, producers. Fun fact, I worked in the accounts department on the remake of Justice League. Like they did like some post-production stuff, and I ended up in the accounts department on that. So I've seen like how kind of the film theatre works from back the film theatre, the film industry works from behind the scenes as well. And the constant thing I just kept seeing was just the lack of support there is. Like, even in terms of like, if you want to talk to someone on a daily basis about something really simple, your family don't tend to understand, and your friends are going through the same thing. So they kind of are semi-listening, but also thinking of, well, I've just been through that as well, So that was the big thing for me. I was like, there's a big chunk of support missing here. And also, you get sent an audition, and then you're expected to just go in and barely knowing the piece, barely knowing what you're in for. You have to make your own decisions. You go in and if it doesn't go well, you leave with like a sort of almost like a piece missing.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to set something up that wasn't therapy and that wasn't entirely based on improving your skills, but something that can help with both. So it's more of a mentor. Agony Actor is a mentor, someone who can like, and it's personalized. So it's really hard to say exactly what it is because for everyone it's a different thing. Which is why it's like a new idea. The one thing I didn't want it to be was like generic. I didn't want it to be anything generic. So people come to me for like lots of different reasons. If they're writing to new agencies, just to talk about, the industry as it is now, talk about kind of things that happen in their mindset. And so it really does vary, and I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm meeting some amazing people. And then off the back of that, anything that they feel like is missing within the industry, I've been facilitating affordable workshops to fill in all that information that you're just never taught. You just rock up and you deal with it. So it's that's expected of you quite a lot. You rock up, you deal with it, and if you get a no, you deal with it. And some people don't deal with it, and they carry that with them a lot of the time. And now that kind of I wanted to set it up in person, but obviously we can't do that now. So I thought, what better time? And actually, online is so useful because you don't travel. You just go, I'm feeling like this, right? I'll set up a session. Let's talk about it. Let's not dwell on it anymore. We'll sort this out, we'll sort that out, and then you can sort of move forward. So it's been going really well, and please, like it welcomes anyone, and it's affordable. It's not about the money. It's like all donation based, and so if anyone does want to chat about anything or wants to work on a skill or talk about how they process auditioning or if they want to go to drama school or anything, there's no limit on it. It's personalized. So if anyone does want to get in touch or wants more information, the website is www.agonyactor.com, and just contact me on the page or just info@agonyactor.com. And we're just here to support and to have a kind of a little community where we support each other too, Yeah,
that's generally amazing. It's an amazing thing that you're doing. Keep doing it.
Thank you.
Also,
I will try.
Obviously, you're going on tour, aren't you? Hopefully, still.
Yeah. Oh, I am terrified, Mark. I'm terrified.
You'll be fine.
It's scary as hell, but yes, we're going to do a sort of cabaret style night at the musicals. We open in Huddersfield on the 9th and 10th of October. So anyone wants to come along, it's going to be really chilled. I just want to enjoy theatre,
Yeah.
enjoy music. There's going to be some old tunes in there, some new modern stuff. We're just going to have some fun, like some fun. And then yes, other dates to be announced
Nice.
soon.
Amazing.
Obviously, depending on the pandemic and whether there's going to be,
Yeah.
any other movements within it. So
You have to bring your chip. You have to bring your chip just because we need it.
you have to bring a chip up your nose. That's it.
So people like your next role, like people like dress up from characters. Some people are going to do that. Someone's going to do it.
That's going to be like on my tombstone in here when I die, just me with a chip up my nose.
Yeah. So that's it. Someone's going to dress up. Next show you're in, someone's going to dress up as that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
People are going to start going to like musical themed fancy dress parties as
Oh God, yeah.
the Gull Attack moment. I love it.
It's going to happen. Hannah will do it. There you go. I'm going to blame Hannah for it. Hannah will do it. Amazing. But kind of to round it up, kind of I've asked everyone the same question at the start and end. What would be the best piece of advice you'd give to anyone that wanted to? I know this now. I've said this again. It's a terrible question for now, but
Go on.
what's the best piece of advice you'd give to someone who wanted to get into acting, show business?
Yeah. Practice, and don't compare yourself to anyone else. You are on your own journey, so aim for the things you want, but support other people along their journey because they will support you in return. And I think just be open, be open to new ideas, open to change, open to try new things, play, have fun. We do this because we love it. So the less self-conscious you are in terms of comparing yourself to other people, in terms of not thinking you're good enough, they just hold you back. So just embrace it and work hard and keep loving it.
You've nailed it. You've nailed it.
Nailed
it.
Thanks, Ross.
I can't nothing to say now. There's no point.
Maybe I should follow my own advice.
That's done. But no, you are generally brilliant. And obviously, everything you're doing, like the projects you've got, amazing.
Oh, thanks, Mark. And this has been brilliant today. Like everybody, please donate. It's so important.
You might have crossed that line. You may have been the one.
Have we crossed it?
I don't know. I can't check.
Okay.
On Instagram.
Oh yeah, you'll have to check. You'll have to check. Yeah, fingers crossed. I hope so.
Keep shouting up like you've done like what? Oh.
If not, I need to go on and give that £14. I'll go and check now. Make sure you've hit the deadline.
You want that badge of honour. Someone's going to get that. But no, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. And love to everybody who's watched and everyone who is going through this crazy time too.
Oh, yeah. My mum said we passed the total. Oh, there we go.
Yes. Well done. Nice I'll still go on and donate.
You still did. It was you that did it. So,
yeah. It's you that did it, Mark. Not me, it's you.
No self-praise. No, I've not finished yet. I've got 2 more yet. Till we're at the end. Till we get there.
So, yeah, you will get there. You will.
Amazing.
You're nearly there. You. Well done. And have a happy birthday.
Thank you. And if you come somewhere near the Midlands on your tour, I will endeavour to be there.
I'll see you there.
Cool.
Shall I just ask the RSC, see if they'll have me?
Do it. Am I good to do it? It's out do it.
Yeah, I know. You will come up with a chip up your nose.
No.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Take care, darling.
Speak to you soon. Take care.
Speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.